Hello. Let's take a look at our assignment from yesterday and find out how accurate and precise you were. The first thing that I wanted you to do when you got to your independent work was to watch a YouTube video and complete the table. Now I've gone ahead and I've completed this table for you, and the table really does kind of help us to make some connections between these symbols, what they mean, and clues that we might see in our problems. That video, in case you missed it, was linked right next to where your independent student work label was on your assignment. That was added after I printed this one. So we have some problems here, and I'm going to talk about the two parts to solving these problems. Let's get rid of this right now. There we go. The first thing that is important about solving these problems is looking at where the variable is. The variable is the letter, and in this problem, the variable is on the left side of this less than symbol. We want to get that alone, and the way that we get that alone is we use a math operation to make this 0 so that we have the variable by itself. Whatever we do to this number here, we have to do over here because we want to keep things balanced. And so this is 4. If I subtract 4 from this side, I'm going to subtract 4 from this side. And when I do that, I end up with Q is less than 11. Now, to simplify this, we could just make a number 11 someplace on this line. And for those of you that have been kind of struggling with how to do this yesterday, let's make this super easy today. Just put that 11 someplace on that line, and if it's less than 11, we're going to highlight that side. And I'm going to go ahead and make an arrow on it, but if you highlight that side, you don't have to worry about putting an arrow at the end for me. The next problem that we're going to take a look at is this one here, and it is another problem where we have the variable that we need to get all by itself. This is a positive 9, so I'm going to subtract 9 because 9 subtract 9 gives me 0. And 38 subtract 9 gives me 29. So if I bring this all the way down, up here I did it real neat and tidy. This one I'm going to have to stretch it out a little bit. Bring the W all the way down. It's again the less than symbol. And I bring that 29 down. And this says W is less than 29. So again, let's put the 29 on the line someplace. And anything that I'm going to replace this W with is going to be on this side of the 29. So if you could highlight, and I know that you know how to highlight things with your computer. And if you don't, well, we'll have to catch up on that sometime. This next problem here, we're going to try to get the E by itself. This is subtract 50 to get that so that it's nothing on this side except the letter. We're going to add 50 to this side. We're going to add 50 to this side. And then when I get all this done, I'm going to have E is less than or equal to 50. So this one is a little more complicated. We're going to just worry about the number 50 here. And because it is less than or equal to, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to need to highlight the 50 in addition to everything that is less than the 50. We include the 50 this time because this symbol says that it's going to be less than or equal to 50. That's why we highlighted this. So this is kind of like our circle that's been colored in. This is like our empty circle and our empty circle from yesterday. This one down here, I know that we had this problem yesterday. Same one, but some of us were a little mixed up on it, so I put it here again. We're going to divide by 3 over here because this is times z, and we want to divide so we can get rid of this part. We're going to take that, that's going to go away. We're going to divide 9 by 3, and we end up having z equals 3. So for this one, we're going to write the number 3 here. And I'm just going to highlight the 3. I know that's kind of hard to see because of the color I chose to use. But if you replay the video, you can see that I wrote a 3 there. And I am not sure how many more of these problems I left on your assignment because I redid this, and I think that I might have shortened the assignment, but we're going to do one more just for practice. We'll do this first one up here, whether you have it done or not. I'm going to try to get the f by itself, so I'm going to subtract the 21 from this side. Whatever I do to where the variable side is, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I subtract 43, subtract 21, I get 22 equals f, and 21 subtract 21 is 0. So I'm going to pick a place, I'm going to write my 22, and because that's what it equals, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to highlight that 22. And if I could draw a circle around it, I'd draw a circle around it to show that that's the only answer that I could have.